Hey, Tarot by Fergus here, and as per suggestion, we're going to take a look right now at the coronavirus and specifically its effect on the United States. Is it going to be pretty much secluded in China? Really, what we're looking at here is its effect on the US of A. And let's see what we got. Okay. So when I'm doing a reading for something, usually if a client is present, what I will do is ask them to give me a random word and a number. It just sort of helps the self-awareness process along and what have you. So when I'm doing a reading for something that isn't a person, then I pretty much do that. So I'm going to do that now. Random word, Pussy Willow, and a number 15. Buttercup was in there too somewhere. All right, coronavirus. What is your fucking deal, and how will you affect the United States? Okay. So the root card here is the Tower. Now there's a few things that we're going to say about this right away. The root card usually shows the real thing that's happening. The Tower specifically is a prison. So the Tower is actually a restriction, and it's usually a prison of our own making. And what happens when the Tower shows up is that restriction gets forcibly taken away. It might even be, this like dome of protection that gets blown up. But the Tower immediately shows that there is disruption. Maybe in the long run, it's actually for the best, but we'll see how it shows up. All right, so we got the Chariot. From here, the energy should be easy to track because it's specifically moving this way. So first, let's find out where it's going, right? And where it is coming from. Okay, so we'll just put the Tower down here just so we remember that it's there. All right, so the Chariot in the center is just talking about very specific direction, right? So this thing is moving this way. It's also kind of protected in its motion, as you see the armor in the Chariot. Now, what it's moving away from. This is interesting. We have a reversed Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles, here we've got this miser, and he's got all these fancy clothes and all that. And he's about to walk through the portal to the underworld. So this dude is pretty much about to die. And he's resisting the change, because he's going to lose all this stuff that makes him feel rich and powerful or whatever. He knows when he goes through the portal that it's going to be the naked truth of himself, and he's afraid of that. So this by itself shows being on the brink of change, but resisting it, right? So when this thing is upside down, I usually read this as like waiting for someone else or waiting for something else to change. And then we just end up stuck, but it's not even our change, it's like waiting for someone else to get over their shit. So here we have this sort of waiting for something to change. And then it looks like at this point of the Chariot, it's just like, fuck that, I'm not waiting for the thing to change anymore. So here it moves forward to the Queen of Wands. So this is one of those deals where the tower here and the disruption and the explosion of this, big thing, it probably is for the best in the long run, because the Queen of Wands is this uniquely beautiful creature, right? And here it looks like there's something back here that is just like waiting and waiting and waiting, and then nothing happens. So then it looks like the coronavirus propels the energy forward to the Queen of Wands. And I think the Queen of Wands is a pretty good outcome. So let's just look up here and see if there's like some higher guiding force or something that we can believe in. And so the guiding force is the Ten of Swords, and yeah, that is some breaking energy. I know that showed up in the last reading about the coronavirus, and I think that showed up down here. So this is like breaking energy. And the thing about the Ten of Swords is the Ten of Swords happens because like this person tried to hide from all the scary swords, right? And they hid in this little box and the swords found them anyway. And they're like, oh, geez. So the Ten of Swords shows breaking and suffering because we tried to avoid something that we simply could not avoid. And this virus, I mean, there's a lot of things that you could draw from that. I mean, like global warming and overpopulation, or like whatever, there's a lot of different things that you could pull from that. But here it looks like it will affect the United States. And it looks like in the long run, it will affect the United States in a positive way. But this will not be smooth. So it could affect a lot of things economically, and the crypto markets and that sort of thing, from what I hear, are spiking because of this. But anyway, it looks like ultimately we end up here, and that's some stuff. So short term, probably a bit of a disruption. Long term, probably a good thing. And this is also forward movement. So it looks like there is good that comes out of it, even though immediately it sucks. Good luck. Hopefully this doesn't directly affect any of you, that would not be good. But good luck through this, and peace.